Where does it come from? Why its striking color? And the secret ecosystem within? Today, I'm going to take you all up close and personal with a dragon fruit. Very close, even down to the microscope. Pay attention. Inside the dragon fruit that has started to dry, there are white lice, there are small ants, and they all have a story. And look what we found this time. These are very small, agile ants that are in the flesh of the dragon fruit. Segment 1. The origin of dragon fruit. When we look at the name dragon, most of us probably think this fruit originates from China or Asia, right? After all, dragons are synonymous with Asian culture. But the truth will surprise you. Dragon fruit is not originally from Asia. It's a foreigner. This plant, a member of the cactus family, was born and raised in tropical America, specifically Mexico, Central America, and South America. Segment 2. The secret of red and pink colors. But have you ever wondered, why is the color so striking? And why is it so hard to remove when it gets on your hands or clothes? The answer lies in natural pigments. Dragon fruit, especially the red-fleshed variety, contains pigments called anthocyanins and betazenins. The names are complicated, but essentially, these pigments are what produce the red, purple, and pink colors in fruits. Segment 3. Mysterious black seeds. Now, let's take a look at the inside of the dragon fruit. What's most striking besides its color? Yes, the small black seeds scattered throughout the fruit's flesh. Thousands of them. They're crunchy when you bite into them. But what exactly are these seeds for? Their primary function is clearly as a reproduction tool. If you plant a dragon fruit seed in the ground with proper care, it will grow into a new plant. This is how plants reproduce generatively. While we're discussing this, pay attention to what you see. These are the white lice that we saw on the dragon fruit in the first few minutes of the video. But when viewed under a microscope, the white lice are yellow. We'll discuss why that is. And what you see now is dry dragon fruit flesh that has become a fine powder. Segment 4. Microscopic observation, dried meat. The first question is, why does dragon fruit flesh dry out? It turns out, this is a natural process. The flesh dries out due to water loss. This could be because the fruit is overripe or even starting to decay. The cells in the flesh, once full of water, slowly evaporate, causing the texture to shrink and eventually become dry like cotton. Segment 5. The mystery of the white lice. In the dried flesh of the fruit, we found tiny white creatures. To the naked eye, they looked like motionless white dots, like mold or cotton. But under a microscope, they were clearly insects. They were whiteflies or mealybugs from the pseudococcidae family. These mealybugs don't come to visit. They come to eat. They have sharp, needle-like mouthparts that they pierce into the fruit's flesh and suck out the plant's cellular fluids. As a result, the fruit tissue is damaged, the color becomes dull, and the fruit loses its moisture. This is one of the causes of dry fruit flesh. But there's one interesting thing I noticed in the opening minutes of the video. These mealybugs aren't alone. They're in a swarm, and surrounding them are other guests, tiny antes. Segment 6. Ants and their secret symbiosis. The tiny ants moved very nimbly among the mealybugs, which tended to be stationary. We observed them for quite some time, and it turned out that the ants weren't eating the mealybugs. On the contrary, they appeared to be protecting them. This is a classic example in the insect world of what is called mutualism symbiosis, a mutually beneficial relationship. After sucking the sweet juices from fruit, mealybugs excrete waste. But this waste is no ordinary waste. It's a sweet liquid called honeydew. This sweet liquid is very, very popular with ants. It's like an energy drink for them. Because ants love this honeydew, they'll do whatever it takes to keep mealybugs alive and producing honeydew. Segment 7. Signs and food safety. If some parts of the fruit still look fresh, but there are mealybugs and ants in other parts, is the fresh part still safe to eat? The answer is not recommended. There are several strong reasons. Ants and mealybugs carry bacteria and fungi, residue from insects, and reduced nutritional content due to being sucked by mealybugs. Segment 8. White lice color illusion. The mealybug's body is actually covered with a layer of wax or white powder. This layer acts like armor. It protects the mealybug from the sun's heat, from drying out, and from predators. This waxy layer reflects the entire spectrum of sunlight, so our eyes see it as white. But under a microscope, with high magnification and focused lighting, we can penetrate the waxy layer. We can see under the armor. And there we see the insect's true color, which is a pale yellowish color. Segment 9, Conclusion and Closing Message. Well, friends, that concludes our long journey exploring dragon fruit. We've learned where it comes from, why it's red, what seeds do, and even delved into the microscopic ecosystem inside the rotting fruit. We've seen that behind this humble fruit lies an extraordinary amount of knowledge. There's history, biology, chemistry, and ecology, all wrapped up in one fruit. I hope this video is helpful and broadens your horizons. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or topics you'd like discussed, please leave them in the comments. I'll be taking my leave now. See you in the next video. Remember, the more we know, the more we don't know in this universe.